Hello, everybody. Cordon here with another episode of Winning the Weekly. This one is Frozen to the Bone 2 on June 15th, 2023. This is for the Fey board card back here. And let's get you to the draft and tell you what the weekly modifiers are all about. So this week is Frostfire, where Burn deals cold damage and reduces fire and cold resistance by 0.3% per charge. Intense Cold, where Chill reduces speed by 1 per 4 charges instead of every 5 charges. This is usually more against you that it happens, but if you go with like Frost Zek, it'll happen more on the enemies. Prosperity, where you get more golden shards, which is amazing. Slow monsters is great for you. Double injuries, don't die or get bad events. And more champions is more loot on the map. It doesn't mean higher score. It just means you get loot after battles for that. But let's go on, and we got Bree, Cornelius, Otis, and Zek. General thing I went for here is Zek provided energy for Otis and Cornelius to do their stuff, while Bree kept everybody alive. Alright, let's get into it. So for the draft, let me bring up the other window here. And get my face out of the way. First off, we have Bree, which I'm only doing one for each character this week because I think it's a pretty easy week. You can always change it by looking at the description below and picking the cards you want. But for this week, I think one for every character all around works really well. Especially for the strategy I'm going for here, which is buffing up Otis and Cornelius to do the damage. First off, we have... Oh, of course, I need to explain that this top row here is before reroll, and bottom row are after rerolls. So for here, I would pick the Warlord pack and the random pack, and reroll and get this Commander pack. I have Warlord here for this amazing stockade that gives you all 9 thorns and 2 vitality, which is pretty much just like a heal 10 on everybody, heal 15 if you pick the vitality perk, which we will. Random for the Blood Rage and Torment of Thorns, which is just 2 skills for her skill build. And then Commander for the Battle Plan, Piercing Howl, and Bluff. Next up, we have Cornelius. Now, in weeklies, you normally only get 5 energy to start with. Last week we had 6, but we're going back to 5 this week. But since we're playing Zek, who has energy, 3 different energy boosting cards, I'm picking the 6 cost Flame Strike because it is pretty amazing. Inferno is good for just applying more burn, and then we get this random pack for the Scorching Ray and Curse of Vulnerability are both pretty amazing. You could go the Scribe down here for Corrupted Tome of Intellect because that Tome of Intellect is always just like a run winner when you pick it. So consider that if you want to go a little more different. Or if you want to play more into the themes, there's always this Cryomancer with the Cold Snap. Because with Cold Snap, you pick one cold spell from your discard pile and you put it in your hand. You can get the Innate Ray of Frost. That works really, really well with that. Alright, moving on to Otis. Otis, I reroll right away and pick this chest card with a 6 cost Divine Insight. Big AoE card. Crusader for the Blue Holy Storm and Flash. And then we go this random pack for the Sacred Ceremony in case you do need a big AoE heal. And the 4 cost Holy Storm as another big AoE. Divine Powers might not be a bad choice either, but there's not really anything good for like AoE shielding, unfortunately, this week, if you wanted to go that build. And then for Zek, we have, what I'm doing here is all support role, which is going to be this Dark Ritual for giving 2 energy to anybody, Scroll of Intellect and Transmission for giving energy to the other members, another Scroll of Intellect here and Scribe, and then we get this Enchanter for replenishment. And that will be everybody's thing. I will go ahead and go into the actual game again. And then we'll go ahead and draft. Alright, first of all, we're picking this random pack, we're picking this Warlord pack, we're going to reroll, get this Commander. And we're picking the Stockade. Then we're going to want Speed. I want to pick Powerful, because that's pretty hard to come by, and it comes on Breeze level 4 Command and Conquer. Vitality, and either Speed or Slow, so I'm just going to go Speed. Then Cornelius, we are getting the first Inferno, reroll into Wizard and Scorching Ray, Curse of Vulnerability, and we're picking that Flame Strike up. And with Cornelius, I almost always go Speed, burn, powerful fire damage, but I'm going to pick the 10 HP this time. Actually, no, I'm going to pick the speed. I still want to go first with Cornelius as much as possible so he can apply burn before enemies get to go. Alright, and this is a full reroll for Jessica Crusader random. And then we're going to go to Divine Insight. And then another speed, Sanctify, Holy, HP. And then with Zek, we are going to reroll. I'm pretty sure I reroll everything. Scribe doesn't really matter for the first reroll, so let me just double check. I should just should have this memorized by now. Yeah, the second enchanter. Yep, so Zek is a reroll. Shadowmancer, Enchanter, and Scribe. And we're picking up the replenishment. And then we're going to go Dark, Frost, HP, Speed. Go ahead and hit ready on that. Starting items, I usually put this on Otis because if you're going for a score, you really want to succeed every event you can, which involves that healer only event at the end, where you can remove a card and get healed. Speed, I am going to put on Bree. Helmet, I'm going to put on Zek since he's in the back. And it doesn't really matter for Cornelius, we can take the money or we can get either of these. So, I think I just put the goggles on so I can see what things are doing. And then, two big nodes here. I do want to get this. You can exchange 2 speed for 1 starting energy, which can enable this build even more. And then this node up here is a pet node, and I'm not sure what anything down here is because I haven't played that way. I just did everything up top. I think there's... most of these are... what do you call it? Epic Corruptors. But if you want to do this node where you get the extra energy, you're going to want to start here and do the Corruptor for extra money. But let's see how this goes. We're going to intimidate the front. Shield. Shield. Then we're going to lose that 20 HP just to do some damage with Torment of Thorns. Alright, we get a replenishment right away. We are going to probably do it on Otis. And then replenish. And then pass. Alright, meteors are coming. Alright, we don't get the Flame Strike, but that's okay. We can kill these guys before they get to go and cast their meteors. So we're going to do that there. Put that there. And then Ember Storm. And all we have left is Corny and Dolly. And then we can just first turn Divine Insight. And heal up a little bit with Flash. And put that on Bree. So she takes less damage. Then Bree will be able to heal a little bit if she gets attacks on this turn. Like Invigorating Blow and Bluff, both good. And then we can even charge too. Heck, we can just do the whole kit and caboodle. Not the perfect for score, but round 2 is fine. And I'm just going to pass on this. Beard Mug looks tempting, but I really don't find a good character, except maybe Cornelius, but Cornelius is going to want this Fire Book. Noble Shield I'm going to put on Bree so she can draw while doing stuff. And then I usually pass on these two. Bell is interesting on Zek because on turn 2 that's like acts like a mana potion because Stanza will give you 1 extra energy. But the big thing here is going to this node right here and paying for the transmutation for everybody, or you can just pay for it for Cornelius or Otis, whatever you want. But I usually did it for everybody so everybody gets +1 energy. And can cast their 6 mana stuff right away, or 6 energy. But that'll be it for this week. Hope you guys have a good time doing this weekly. If you have trouble, comment below what's giving you trouble, and I will do my best to try and help. But yeah, y'all have a good time. Brush your teeth, take care of yourselves. You're all valid and awesome. And have a good morning, night, day, evening, all that jazz. Goodbye.